Hello, this is Adam with Go by Go. Now that we have a Debian install, I am going to show you how to run the LukeOS script. So first, we're going to log in. Then at the prompt, the first thing we have to do is update our repositories. So sudo apt update. It's going to ask for a password. Okay. Then once it's done updating the repositories, now we're going to install curl. So sudo apt install curl. Okay, we're going to hit yes. Okay, then once at the prompt again, we're now going to run the script. So we're going to type in curl hyphen lowercase s, uppercase L, https gobygo.com/files/ capital L Luke capital OS 10.sh space pipe space bash. So what this is going to do is it's going to download the file that we need, and then it's going to run it through bash. Okay, now it's installing all of the apps that it needs. So it's basically pulling down everything that you need for a working system. As you can see, I'm on a slow connection here, so it's going to take a little while. And what I'm installing right now is the 386 version. Yeah, it says about 2 minutes. It's downloading Firefox. It's probably the biggest package in this whole thing. Everything's pretty small. Now this script I have to update. There has been changes to LukeOS since. I just haven't had time to go and update it. And once this does complete, there's a few little quirks that I have to show you. But it's, nothing too crazy. So the desktop I created is it's pretty much just the open box with a Tint 2 panel and a lot of other little configurations. It's pretty lightweight. It runs on multitude of different machine hardware. One of the machines I run this on is a Pentium 2 single core with 512 megabytes of RAM, and it's 32-bit, and it runs reasonably well for old hardware. Okay, so now it downloaded all the packages. Now it's installing all the packages. So this does take some time here. I want to record this all in real time so you can see how long it takes. As that's going, I could probably give you a glimpse of what the system is. I don't know if you can see there, but it's I'm using 4 cores and only 2 gigs of RAM. Now the newer version of this, there's a lot less that it has to pull down. Basically, this is 10 plus years old of a script that I kind of keep tweaking and adding to, and I'm rewriting it to be a little more streamlined, more modern packages, and kind of trying to future-proof this. But this is the state it's in now. If you care to know, this is it's a Chrome OS Chromebook that I have a virtual machine running using Virt Manager, QEMU, KVM, and it seems to run just fine, run virtual machines. I guess as long as you're not using any graphic intensive stuff, because I don't believe Google has any graphic or any real graphic acceleration on their Linux container. Kind of wish I beefed up this virtual machine to make it go a little quicker. Sure, if I threw all 8 cores at it and a little more RAM, would have been a lot quicker than this, probably about half the time. Eventually I am going to make this a deb package, so you could just download the deb package and run that. Make it a little easier. I don't think just pulling a script file and running that is too hard, but some people might prefer just a deb package. Okay, almost done. Seems to go a lot longer when you're just staring at it. Okay, so now what it's doing is it's pulling down my configuration.files. And that's it. So now at this point, all you have to do is do a system control reboot. So maybe if I was typing there we go. CTL reboot. There it goes. Okay, and here's the login page, so we'll just log in. Oops. And here's the system. So now the only thing I would have to do, right out of the box, there's two little quirks, or maybe three quirks. We'll start off with Conky. If you do not see the system display here with the Conky, what you'll have to do is edit the Conky file. So if you right click, come down to settings, Conky, edit, and that'll bring up your editor, which it's installed Genie. You're going to come down, come on. It's acting a little funny because it's a virtual machine here. Yeah, so basically you would comment out what CPUs you don't have. If you see here, I have for Core 0, Core 1, those are enabled. If Conky doesn't show up at all out of the box, that means you only have one core, and therefore it won't run Conky. So you'd have to come in here and comment out like this, and this virtual machine's running pretty slow. You'd comment out like this, save it, and then you relaunch Conky and it should show up. Additionally, if you had CPU cores, 2, 3. You would enable those. If you had more than 4 CPU cores, you could then basically copy these, change the number to core 4, core 5, core 6, and so on, and add those in. So I only left 4 in there because I figured the average person only has about 4 cores. And I only enabled 2 because most machines will have at least 2 cores enabled. So let's go ahead, we'll close this. I'm not going to save that. So that's the first little quirk that you have to do. It's not such a bad quirk, but there you go. There's one way of one little thing you may have to do out of the box. Next thing that I would do is fix your resolution. So you come here and down to display settings, and it's graphical render. So I'm just going to put this to 14 by 9 sounds cool. I'll hit apply, make sure it looks okay. It looks kind of fine here on what I'm looking at. And then you could do a save as, and you just overwrite this default script, and what that's going to do is every time it boots up, replace, so every time it boots up it will run in this configuration. So we'll do that. Then the next thing that I would do is under settings, choose wallpaper, and if it doesn't run, which is not running here, that means nitrogen. It uses nitrogen, and one of the settings I have in nitrogen out of the box is a little messed up. I was trying to do something, so you could hold down Control, press spacebar. That's going to bring up your search, and I just typed NI. There's nitrogen. I'm going to press enter, and here it is. And you see it's blank. The preferences get messed up in the script, so we're just going to delete that out. Yes, add, and I threw a couple things in your home. So you go to your name here, and you go to pictures, wallpapers, hit select, hit OK, and then you'll have a couple wallpapers to choose from. There you go. And let's make that a little nicer. I'll just do scaled. There we go. So now we have a nice thing. Also, Conky, you'll see right here, it's now over to the right like it's supposed to after we did the resolution. So when you reboot, it'll snap back to where it should go. But for now, this Conky restart, I don't believe is working properly. No, it's not. That's another quirk I have to do. So we could just open up our search again, which Control space, and we could just run Conky, and it should have popped it up. There it is. All right, so we have our Conky running. I have a few little keyboard shortcuts down here to help you out. On this version, I don't have the help file ready yet, so eventually I will have a help file in there. There's a couple other things that I'm still adding. I just wanted to get this script out, and I put it up I think in September, and what are we looking at? January. So yeah, I have a lot to upload, a lot of things to change and do, but this is pretty much it. Your menu is a right click, and you have a little menu here. This should auto-populate for you. Don't have too many things installed out of the box. It's tried to keep it as light as possible. But yeah, play around with it. I don't really use the menu. I usually just type a search for it. Yeah, that's the whole thing. You know, let me know how it works for you, and you know, enjoy it. All right, that's it for today.